Stroud to throw it. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber that runs like this early, because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. They'll let this go deep for Collins. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. First down Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. In motion right here comes Johnson. Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's 2nd down. The Buccaneers at 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great play there. 43 yards. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation, because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Here's Stroud. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback. That has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
Open man right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Nixon on the toss right. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. They work now on 2nd and 9. Stroud. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Kalijah Cansey in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me, because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Mayfield down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 46 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Naturally so. The defense was keyed in on everyone but the back on that play, and it took them an extra second to react when he got the carry. It's still a tough 3rd down to pick up here, but a lot more manageable after an excellent carry on 2nd down.
To throw, Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Had to pass there, 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Pressure coming, and they got him once again. Yaya Diaby. That is now
taking
2
all
sacks
day
for him here in this first half. Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He'll let this go deep for Collins. They've got his man complete. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Texans have taken the lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety strong.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Throwing, Mayfield. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. He's on his way. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
Well, he talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. We'll see how he responds. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Mixon is going to go backwards. He'll lose yardage back to the 5. Throwing now is Stroud. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Here's a run with Mixon, and he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Joe Mixon, his second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Fuck me on that money.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Here's Mayfield. Johnson's got it complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Corners are known for their ability to cover, but those that'll stick their nose in against the running game, that's a bonus for any team. And what a nice play right there, tackling him for a loss.
And the catch made by Johnson. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2. They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Mayfield to throw it. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. Oh, he's got some. There he goes, left side. Across midfield. He's on his way. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Joe Mixon. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Mayfield. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
And not much happening there as he'll get it back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise.
Okay. Oh. If you love me, give me Teddy. Zombieland. If you love me, give me Teddy. Want a VM chain? Gotta put something in a casket.
Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here's 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. Going to be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 65 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
Mayfield looks to throw. That went out wide and intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves. But we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Baker going to give it to Irving. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down right around the 18-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll bring up a 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Now Mayfield on 4th down. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3 and out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer, and put your defense in a bad spot.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner, because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll finally be taken down, but he gets inside the Houston 20. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A shotgun handoff here to Irving. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Bucky Irving scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Bucs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting at a great spot, up 2 scores here in the 3rd quarter. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And Stroud now to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this third quarter of play. Back now in Tampa. It's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the fourth. The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Stroud looking to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
It has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now Mayfield. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that will bring up second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Handoff running left, Irving. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Bucky Irving, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Well, let the natural light of today reflect that he has now gotten into the end zone 2 times.
Look at you. You're a little Ralph Waldo Emerson, is that his name?
No, I was just going with the meteorologist. So it's a day game. I'm here.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Nwangu now from his end zone. And able to get this out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. This game is really flipped on its head. 2 unanswered touchdowns by the other side, and now they'll take over here with just a very slim 1-score lead.
We've seen this many times now. Teams get a big lead, they go into coast mode, and all of a sudden they're scrambling and battling for a win down the stretch. They've got to put something together right here, otherwise they're in danger of doing the old snatching defeat from the jaws of victory.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Stroud. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Now Stroud. They'll let this go deep for Collins.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch taken here right at about the 40-yard line.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 41.
I'm over here selling.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Azeez Al-Shaair in to make the stop. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They're still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Once again, it's Irving. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Another big play in a game that's had plenty of them. 4th and 2. Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football
Just what I
game.
wanted you to do.
Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you did mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Here's Stroud. This ball taken in here by Brooks. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Do not want to do this.
They try to eat some clock with Mixon. After that run, still a good amount of meat on the bone here for this 3rd down play. Can you envision them putting this in the air?
Totally. I mean, look at who he has under center right now. If you can't trust him with the football, you can't trust anyone. And frankly, to me, I want the ball down the stretch. Get the first down, keep it in the hands of my offense. I don't want to turn it over to them and rely on my D.
To throw is Stroud. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, wide open, complete. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DK Metcalf, 61 yards. And the Texans use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. This is 1st and 10. Now Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That
was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
They didn't.
They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Stroud is hit, and the ball is loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
She said I got to worry about 17.
The fumble on first down now. Here's second down. Stroud to throw it. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, trying to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Here comes second down at 5. Mayfield. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations, and you've often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Here's Baker. He's going to let it fly. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One last shot from Mayfield here. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Texans. And it was thanks in part to the play of their third-year quarterback.
Yeah, he was just on target all afternoon with 3 touchdown passes. They couldn't find a way to stop him. And ultimately, he guided them to victory.
So for the Texans, it'll be a .500 start as the win gets them back